Hey, it's Mama P, the Science Tea, and I'm coming at you today to talk to you a little bit about fire and what it takes to create a fire and keep it going. And I'm going to show you a little trick that you're going to want to use to show your friends so that you can do a little science magic. Science is like magic, but real. And this is an episode that I am calling Light It Up. So you better strap on your seatbelts because we are going for a ride. Okay, first up, you need to gather your materials. What are we going to need for this? Well, we're going to talk about fire. So you're going to need a lighter. You are going to need something to burn. We're going to be using a candle. And of course, safety, you've got to have your goggles because we're talking fire. And since we're talking fire, that means you need a responsible adult. So here's the deal. If you are an adult and you are responsible, fantastic, you are set and you are ready to go. If you are an adult but you are not responsible, go get your responsible adult and you come back. If you are a child and you don't need an adult, well, make sure that you get a responsible adult and then come back and do this because this is so super cool. Okay, so first off, I am going to go ahead and I am going to get my candle burning while we talk a little bit about what it takes to have a fire, okay? So, now, for some people, that's the hard part, is even lighting a candle. But I got that down. Okay, so what I just did in lighting that candle, it requires three things. It's called the fire triangle. The fire triangle, it tells us what three things are required to have a fire. First of all, oxygen. Oxygen is all around us. Now, if you take something and you put it over a flame and it has no oxygen, it's going to go out. Requires oxygen. Number two, it needs heat. It needs a heat source, okay? So that heat source can come from an oven. It can come from a lamp. It can come from all kinds of things. What is our heat source here? Well, we have wax. Wax is our heat source, okay? It is actually what is able to sustain this candle burning. And number three is you need fuel. Fuel is something that can catch on fire, something that is called flammable. Well, what's burning here, what we just caught on fire, was the wick. Wick is normally a cottony material. That is what we need to create our flammable fire that we are sustaining here. Okay, so what is the fuel that we're using for a lighter? Do you know? Well, a lighter like this uses fuel like this, and it's called butane fuel. That is the fuel that we are needing in our lighter to create our fire to begin with. Unless you're using matches, and that's a whole different subject. Okay, now, I'm gonna put on my goggles. All right, so watch very carefully. Let's move a little bit closer. Okay, now I'm going to blow out the candle. And then I'm going to relight it, but this time I'm not going to touch the wick with the flame that's on the lighter. Watch. Get flame going. Did you see that? Now, did you see that the first time that it didn't work right? And that's okay. You got to play around with this a little bit, and you might find that some candles do it better than other candles. Let's try it again. Blow it out. Get my fire going. Ah, ta-da! Magic, right? Nah, it's science. And what is the science behind this? Well, let me tell you. Whenever we are blowing out a candle, or if you blow out any kind of a flame, you'll know that there's smoke, right? Well, remember, what was the fuel that was keeping this candle going? What was the heat that was keeping this going? The heat was something that was burning. What was burning was the wax. Well, when you blow out a candle and that smoke that you see, that is actually vaporized wax. So when there is that blackish kind of smoke coming up from your candle, that contains wax in it, just a little bit, and just enough that you are able to relight that flame without touching the wick. Okay, remember, practice, practice, practice. It doesn't always happen the first time, as you see. In this one, it didn't happen the first time. That's okay. That's called learning. When you make a mistake, or just practice, right? Okay, so this is Mama Speed to the Science Tea telling you go do some science.